Next is our segment we call Best Thing of the Week. Each week at It's Happening Out, we celebrate great things in our community. Best Thing of the Week is sponsored by Israel's national airline, El Al. El Al was born in 1948 with the state of Israel and is an expression of national existence and pride. And this pride is self-evident in South Florida. El Al features nonstop service from Miami to one of the world's great LGBTQ plus destinations, and that's Israel. And this fall, it began, El Al, to connect the two LGBTQ plus capitals of Tel Aviv and Fort Lauderdale with seasonal service right now, but next spring we'll be adding extensive flights all year long. And that's why El Al is sponsor of Best Thing of the Week. And here we go. Gender-bending fashion is about defying the rigid gender-defining clothing norms. You can flaunt cross-dressing and androgynous dressing options to express yourself. Scottie by Design is a must-try brand that we bring to your attention if you like style and prefer to stay fluid in your fashion. The brand represents Scottie Eskelund's passion for creating unique designs that are inspired by the trans experience. Each piece is a work of art in and of itself that showcases the beauty and creativity of the individual, with a focus on sustainability. Scottie by Design transforms discarded materials into beautiful garments that empower and inspire. The best thing of the week is Scottie by Design offers sustainable gender-bending fashion. What do y'all think about what we see?
I mean, I love it. I made a lot of money off of this notion of gender bending, of kind of being on a spectrum, right? None of us are fully masculine or fully feminine. So, during the pandemic, we kind of discovered that we can be both things and play on that, and people are going to engage you in a positive way. Obviously, I got a lot of negative feedback, but I come to realize my life is very on a spectrum. Sometimes I can be very femme, sometimes I can be very masculine.
Describe that for us. How did you, during pandemic, become more fluid in your presentation?
Well, once I realized, when you start playing with cosplay, you start playing with latex and onesies and leotards and things and high heels and wigs, and then you make a joke out of it, and then all of a sudden you're like, this actually feels good, mama. This feels good to have this 42-inch weave on me. And then you post it and you realize people aren't as horrifying and close-minded as you think, and judgy. They're actually really, really receptive to it. And so I started playing on that. Sometimes I crossed the line a little bit. Sometimes people took it the wrong way just because I went a little too far, because I really wanted to showcase how ridiculous it was for you to pin me in one box. And so if I was too masculine or I was too femme, I would kind of call you out on it. And it became fun for me. And I ended up going viral at least 3 times on that kind of specific gender bending, as you say, category or aspect of like TikTok and Instagram. So Scottie by Design is really up my alley. I love it. There's one picture where they're wearing like football pads and like a knitted onesie under, and the high heels. It's
maybe we can show that.
Yeah, it's
the crochet jumpers,
thought.
everything.
Yeah.
That crochet jumpers, everything. It's beautiful.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, we've got superstars like Sam Smith, and we've got Shawn Mendes, right? Like folks like that are constantly pushing the envelope and saying, like, just because I'm a boy, I don't have to wear pants, right? And I want to wear dresses. And I love these stylists and these designers that are doing just that. They're making these incredible pieces that can be worn by everybody. Is it everybody's style? No, maybe not. But you know what? If you want to get out of your comfort zone, this is how you do it. This is how you express yourself.
I'm curious to the parameters, like in your situation in pandemic, and to your observation. When you push it to the edge, you don't know, obviously, if you've pushed it to the edge and that's positive, or you pushed it beyond the edge and there's going to be negative reaction. But the one place that we know is universally rejecting this is radical GOP and evangelical. They absolutely hate this. Should we care? Do we care about that?
We should not. And so I would share, I love the fact that it's beautiful in design. So the discarded material is what makes it beautiful. And so the body positivity also makes it beautiful. But why we don't care, as a two-spirited person, even in my leather, I wore like clunky 70 heel boots in my leather and will walk in the middle of Front Street and not care because that represents who I am and that makes me feel amazing. And so when folks who identify that gives them strength, that gives them courage, that gives them, you can do that. And what it does is it opens minds, because although those folks who say they don't care, they have a moment there where they have to reflect, have a conversation, and they ultimately, hopefully, minds are changed because they see the courage and the beauty that someone has, and just by putting it out there and owning what they love and allowing someone to see something in them. So now I got a home, I can do this too.
Did y'all by chance see Sam Smith? You mentioned him. Sam Smith's which was the Teletubby
stocking heels?
Yes, the boots. Which Teletubby color was supposed to be
green.
Gay? Was it green?
Purple.
Or was it purple?
I thought it was purple.
He was wearing green.
Yeah. Okay, it's the green then.
Okay.
And he's wearing Teletubby boots. And
They call him indoctrination.
And then okay, but heads literally exploded in social media, which it's interesting to me because, and I have the same reaction here. I'm a little hesitant that it's in any way being identified as clothing wear that the trans community can adopt, because it's such a limiting word and phrase. Anyone can enjoy this, and because it's generated out of the trans community, great, but it's not a limitation of that. And if Lady G in South Carolina wants to wear that, great, let her wear it.
Yeah, it's funny how confused people are. I know you wanted to land this plane, but the Sam
Wait, but
Everyone at the table knows the joke.
no, I didn't hear the joke at all. I didn't
hey, mijo.
But the Sam Smith thing is hilarious because Sam Smith, like not 2 weeks ago, put out a video with Calvin Harris where he's like driving a race car and he's in that racing gear and he's super masculine, and people were confused. They were like, wait, aren't you like femme? Aren't you wearing Teletubbies? Like, aren't you wearing dresses? How the fuck all of a sudden you're in the race car? And I literally wrote how beautiful it is to live on a spectrum.
Yeah.
And my comment was getting all these likes, and it's from not just from the LGBTQ plus community. They're just realizing, man, we don't have to be one way anymore.
We don't, and he's non-binary. He has said it. Okay, stop calling him he. They are non-binary.
Yes,
okay,
right.
so the fact that they showed up in gear to race makes sense because they're not a gender.
And we're assigning gender
Right.
to clothing.
At the end of the day, like the Scottie designs that we're talking about here in Best Thing of the Week, at the end of the day, do you think we'll ever get to the point where it's like, do whatever you want?
It's going to take some time, Al. We have so much unlearning to do that even it takes me. I will see one of my close friends, Lexi Goza, that's an anchor. She's always dressed in a suit, right? She loves to play in between feminine and masculine. And I love that about her. You know me, I'm femme all the way. And it takes me a moment that when I see her in a suit, I'm like, I'm always taken aback. And then I take a breath and I'm like, wow, she looks beautiful.
Yeah.
But that first second, it still takes me a second to go over the gender norms and go, oh, she's not wearing the right shit. Even it happens to me. So imagine others.
Terrific.
What happened to you?
All right.
Well, it's institutionalized.
I'm going to explain the joke to you later, and you're going to, God, how did I miss that? All right.